Yes, I almost forgot myself here. I, I do some radio stuff. Maybe I'm the radio talker of this tube channel, the false prophet. I, I may have overdone it today. Yes, by the pure fact that something is happening. And sometimes I have a feeling that I'm too much into this right side. So it gives me an odd feeling to be either side because it's this confusion. At which side are we on? It should be a matter of reconciliation, but sometimes we are just confused. It is sometimes hard to be confused all the time. I'm there, but that is me. I talked about it yesterday. To be doubting, being doubted, and all the rest. When you grew up like that, you learn how to find your way around, and you are not stuck in a position that you may not come out of. So happy for me, I'm more or less out of it, yet I have this feeling when you have a hangover. Maybe this should be about hangover, I don't know. Hangover feeling that did I do this, did I do that? And what was it, and why did I do it? And you can't reconcile your own activity, your own decisions. You have a second thought. It's what we grapple with all the time. How can we get out of that and insecurity, that kind of why did I do this and what did they think about it, all the rest. You see, I'm so much out there that this is a daily situation for me. So maybe you would want to have my approach on such a thing, to be doubting. Not only because I grew up with the doubts that the people around me had about me. Everything was wrong or shouldn't be like that, should be otherwise, but I learned something at work. Or school, I don't know, it was long ago, so I can't really pinpoint the lesson. But it was a way we did it. We hear Frank Sinatra said, I did it my way. I think I have been into it before, but a good thing, a good topic needs to be sometimes approached different times, different perspectives, and on different levels. That's how it is to be human. You see things from different aspects, and the better foundation. I grew also up with people around me that was all these, did I do something wrong? All these kind of questions. And when you come to certain people, you don't see that very much. I think people are skilled in hiding that insecurity. Scientists seems to be very certain of their founding, but that is the most unsecure place you can be. So what I'm talking about is relevant on different levels, both on the personal level, which I am, and you can doubt others. I began to doubt others that seemingly was very, what you call, I heard that word, before. Let me...
Substantially. Specific.
Those words
confident.
they say a thing in a very confident way. So you wouldn't see any unsecure, something like, what do you know? How can I be sure of that? And I meet people, and they say that exactly that about me. How can you be sure? You think that you are the only one that knows. That is a foreign thought to me, but yet they are saying. I said, I proclaim. That is maybe the word I was searching for. I proclaim things as certain, as if I knew it all. And that is maybe a very misunderstood concept. That even though I may act as someone that is sure of what I say, yet I can have this feeling of hangover. The hangover feeling is, if you are not familiar with this hangover feeling, it is from this toxicity that if we have been drinking so much and we wake up in the morning and feel very bad about ourselves. Like, what did I do? What was the other's reaction? I couldn't measure it. I was out of my mind. And you have this also feeling, physical feeling of undergoing tormenting stress and feeling that you are wasted and this drinking will never happen again. That is the kind of promise you make for yourself, that never again will I drink so much. But yet it is just regret. No one gets help from any regrets. That is quite obvious. If you only regret, you can say I regret what I did, but you obviously have this pattern of acting like that. So sometimes we need to be more predictable. It's this unpredictable act that one can put up. You are not predictable, so we don't know how to be around you, how to act with you. If you are not predictable, you will find us very unsure of what we should think about you. So people like things that are predictable. That's Ole, that's him, that's her. That is the signature of his and hers personality. But within some, I think, to go into some social settings, I think a preacher, like a pastor or evangelist or a preacher, that have this very high level of charisma for other people. People are very attracted and drawn to this charismatic person. And he or she has their way of talking that appeals so much to others. And what they are saying is the truth. It's a kind of a attraction that the bees will be attracted also. It's in the nature that we can Google that word. I think it is swarms.
Swarms.
That's swarms. That is crowding around certain things. You have the queen of the bees, that they are swarming when she is mature or the right timing. They swarm around her. And what happened next is that colony of bees. Everyone, my friend, I think he's away now, but my friend, which I talked a lot, he was an Englishman. He told me that he was very eager in getting swarms of bees. That was the right moment to move the bees, because they could swarm in the bush, in the trees, at some place when they were swarming. He had this box of paper box or something, bucket, that he could shake the swarm down so it would fall down to that bucket, and he take it home. Take it to a cube box that they could live. As long as he found the queen in that swarm, that would be nice. And he obviously got the queen because the swarm stayed put in that place. So they began. When it was a locked box, they couldn't fly out. But when it was in this cube, they could localize their own place, because if you move under the normal season that the bees are not swarming, if you move the bee cube away for a certain distance, they will not find it out again. They are more or less blind. But if they are swarming, you can move it to a different location and you have a new settlement. And that is how Christians can gather around this kind of a queen of a charismatic person. But people are more easy to be fooled than bees. And there is always something fault about people. Something is failing. If we are to swarm around persons, we should be aware. If people are getting popular because of this and that preaching, we should be aware. And so are the secularist leftist. That swarms around certain charismatic persons. They just repeat what they say and doesn't do anything else. They just repeat the speech that they hold and repeat what they say. So that is the if they can't come up with anything new. And we see rarely scientists that are swarming around. They are swarmers, of course. As long as it is a human being, you can swarm. I remember this Arild Edvardsen here back in Norway when I was a teenager. He was at certain location and people swarmed that location. That is how he attracted many people. Later on you have the musicians. If a band came to a church, swarmed. And I saw something that was not nice, that woke me up from going into this. I had this dream. So people can swarm around certain people that are this attractive, that have this charisma, that can lead them, have a feeling of leading them further, advancing them further. Because people in their mindset don't believe in themselves. That is the arena. That is the playground for those people to attract other people. They have this charismatic magnetism to them because they have nothing else to believe in. That's why I'm talking about this. Are you sure of yourself? Are you certain? How can you know? So around scientists or about scientists, they are continuously asking questions. You see, part of those unsecure or doubting is very profoundly good. If you haven't learned the ability to doubt yourself, you will never advance. So people go around claiming or advocating things that is not real, that is not certain. They are advocates for something that can't be proven. And it is good. I think it is very good that the notion of God appeals to people's uncertainty, people's insecure. You have to be certain that there is a God, but at the same time, you can't prove it. It is beyond your ability to prove something like that. It is too big, it is too large. It's the concept of God. You can't define in a small box. You can't. It's something you may swarm around it, but still, it is this undefiable narrative. One should pay more attention to what the quality of the religion or belief in God is all about. It is appealing to believe in something when I can't believe in myself. At the same time, in the Jewish or Christian religion, we see that God needs the human confirmation. Because God confirms us by creating us. We see also that we for God, need us to be confirming Him. Confirming who we are, what we are, the way we are. So at the workplace, I was told that lesson. I did it my way. As Frank Sinatra said, I did it my way. It's like this lonesome. He is a loner. That he has to admit, I did it my way. He had the stamina. He had the courage. He had the confidence to do it. And he said, if you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere. But if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. New York, New York. That is now New York. The highest, he sang about New York as the highest obstruction for succeeding. What is our obstruction? For me it was the environment back then, in some way. Later on it became myself. It became the way I really was, that I was afraid of being. If that got resonance in you, it's good. Sometimes it's good to have this resonance of the same. You have a feeling that it is something I'm talking about that you resonate with. That is what we are searching for all the way. Who resonates with me? Who are talking the talk I would like him or her to talk, to say those words that matches up with me? But I think those things I have mentioned here is just very relevant. Everybody with some honesty left, the dignity of honesty, can consent to those experience that I have. So within the science, within the Christian, within the, I don't know whether Yeah, Judaism have also had their messiahs. They were very attracted to some so-called messiah, but people believed this is the new messiah, even know us by name. But still, he died. That was a shock. And what he says, they are referring to. Yet they don't want to worship any human. They say that Jesus is a human, so I worship him. So I can see in many ways they are worshipping other men, mostly men. So we are drawn to something as long as we haven't our own gravity force within. People should learn more about their own weight, golden weight, not a matter weight, but a golden weight, that you have some critical, some skeptical way of both approaching to yourself and others. That may seem right for you, but in the end, it doesn't fit. The part doesn't fit to the whole, and therefore it should be deemed wrong. It have to fit. And I heard something the other day on the radio that I reacted on, that we were the spiritual Israel. I hate those words. I think we are siblings, spiritual siblings, even though we are far apart, only because of the Christianity divided itself from the Jews in some way, in many ways, by Constantine. So they didn't even want to have the same day, Shabbat, same Easter, Pesach, and the same places, Jerusalem. So your obstacle is that you have made your own truth, that you still hold on to. Loose it up. Listen to other people. Make your own opinion. You shouldn't be so stubborn, not being able to judge for yourself. If you agree with someone, you have the ability to judge. So why don't you judge? Yet you agree. So I didn't make any writings on the wall here today. It was a large topic, but I think I put it down in an okay way. Even though, despite you are growing up in an environment that is so toxic to you and your opinion and your ways, you will find your way. You will find your way. Trust in yourself, in your ability to judge. For some reason, we should judge. That's our thing. That is the human thing. And why not follow it up? You should be able to do that. You are not so humble that you can't judge. You should be able to judge and do it right, do it good, professionally. Shalom.